Hello and welcome to round 4 with Titan Breach. Yep, this hand's fine. I don't know if that's a clever or terrible pun that our opponent's screen name is, but they have certainly tried. So we're probably going to Farseek on 2 because we want another green source and mountains for the Titan. And the only thing that really deviates us from going ramp, ramp, ramp is if our opponents burn, in which case we can turn 3 an Obs Baloth. Okay. These matchups are always interesting. That's not the draw I want. I think in this spot, I guess we're far seeking, so it's all good. So we can get a basic. Oh man, we get to bring the beat down. Look at this beatdown crew. Uh, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm just supposed to gun it. Vision's on 2, so we can try and get 2 shots at a Titan resolution. I think I want to get I think I want to get Mountain Forest. That completely changes my plan. So this does the whole show and tell thing. So I'm going to pass, and I get to cast it on my opponent's end step. And the show and tell thing is that um, specifically in decks where you can cast your spell that you're going to show and tell, you can use show and tell as a protection spell. So this came up with Dream Holes a lot. So here I'm going to cast Through the Breach, and my opponent's obligated to counter it. Okay, well, they didn't do that. In this, yeah, okay, they just lost the game. So, because the Through the Breach triggers on the next end step, so if you Through the Breach a Titan on your opponent's end step, you get to untap and attack with it, because it doesn't die until your end step. And it's just like basically protection there. Like if they counter the Through the Breach, then you just cast the Titan. If they don't counter the Through the Breach, then you just have a Titan. So it's like the same thing as show and tell there. I was like really set up against counter magic that spot. I don't like any of these bolts or angers here, even though my opponent might have like snapcasters. If I'm gonna end up in any kind of fight like that, I think the fight is going to revolve around me like picking off their creatures with Valakut triggers. I don't mind a Grafdigger's Cage, Escape Shift. There used to be Beast Within, which I liked a lot. I think I want like these 3. I don't want Chalice because their counters are 2 and 4 with Cryptic. EE doesn't do anything. Obviously, don't want Anger. Don't want like Grizzly Bear. Don't want that. I don't want 2 cages, but like just 1 is nice to hold off Snapcaster Mage. Crumble just randomly interacts with them. Rex Sage is a hedge against them having like Rune Halo or Leyline. And Baloth just has power and toughness. Cage also stops Nahiri, for what it's worth. But again, I don't want to go too hard on that line. Because I think that if they're just filtering cards every turn with Nahiri, I'm pretty far behind still. Pretty sure this is a mulligan. It has no threat, and I'm actually trying to bash through their threats, or their counters with threats here, so. This is a little risky, but I'm going to keep. It's risky in the sense that it's doing something. I think like it's the same do nothing hand, but it's got like a little more doing things because I can draw an Emrakul, and I also have like the virtual backup Titan via protection that I was talking about. But the risky part is actually that I'm going to have to play this Valakut on one to actually sequence my plays, and that could potentially just lead to me getting crumbled out of the game. Hopefully my opponent's not too heavy on crumble, but if it happens, it happens. I think that's just like something you kind of accept. What did they do here? Let's just pull the chat over to the right side of this. They put a bottom top. Okay. So with the Valakut, I guess I'm just gonna play the forest. I feel like I'm just going to have to play the forest anyways, and it's not worth taking the bonus damage in case my opponent has, like, restos or clicks or something like that. And this can just fetch a... We'll lead on Farseek. That's fine. Then I get to fetch him out and play the Elder. And this is a spot where I do use the Elder, because if I draw a Titan, I want to be able to just jam it on them. And I'm not concerned. I want to get a Mountain because I actually want the Titan triggers to matter. I could get a Forest, but I also just have the backup Forest in my hand with Search. So here, I'm going to lead on the land because that's a critical number to play around Snap. And I actually kind of want to just get a Forest and be able to guaranteed cast my spells. I guess I have the Valakut that's forcing their hand on the Ghost Quarter, so I'm just going to get a Mountain. They can't just, like, Ghost Quarter my Stomping Ground or something like that. Like, the concern would be, like, Ghost Quarter, Ghost Quarter. Ghost Quarter, if I fetch my other Forest, just gets my second green anyways. No. 3 to you. Pichu! Cool, no crumble. I like that. No need to use the fetch. If I just like natural draw Valakut, I can trigger it whenever I want. I can kill creatures or like, Celestial Colonnade or whatever I want to do with it. What is this? Oh, Nahiri? Yeah, if I hit another land, I can kill Nahiri. Opponent's hand is probably really bad here. Oh, they discarded... yeah, that is a part of why their hand is so bad. 3, 4, 5. Okay, I have enough to Titan through a Mana Leak. That is certainly a reason to have saved my fetch. Yield, Courser of Griffith, Scry. Okay, well, I'm going to leave that card on top of my library. Thank you very much. I still have the fetch to disrupt the Nahiri trigger. So I guess I'm supposed to lead on breach. And now I want to fetch a Cinderglade. Guess this gets ghost quartered. Maybe I could have timed that a little better and guaranteed the hit. Cool, I don't want that. I just want the land for my turn. Land? Not a land. Attack Nahiri. Hopefully this resolves. Oh, is this Snapcaster to block? Yep. Oh, I got the extra mana. I just messed this up horribly. Oh my gosh. I forgot I got the extra mana off the Ghost Quarter. I even tapped for it too. I just have to do the second main or I lose the game, which is really stupid. Yeah, I should have just won this game. I was counting my 9 damage. I have to lock in the 3 damage to Nahiri. Yes. Pretty sure I just want to lock in another 3 to Nahiri and finish it here. I hope my opponent just has another negate and I just, like, absurdly leveled them here. This. I guess I get to Nahiri again. That was just terrible. You're 100% supposed to just slam that on them right there, I think. Just like if they have... actually maybe not. Well, I would have gotten punished. There's a mana leak. Lucky. Well, let's lead on the reshuffle. I am running out of mountains. I think I just have to finish Nahiri here. We can't attack. Through the breach is kind of nice. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We're 1 short. And we're trying to draw to our 1-outer. It's actually really funny. And we couldn't attack there because our opponent could animate and block, for the record. It's actually really funny that that played out that way, that I accidentally punted into a slightly better. I guess I would have had the Titan. I could have cast the Titan. I don't actually know if it's slightly better. Okay, well, I got nothing. We're also out of basics in the deck, which sucks. Sack Elder's literally just going to be a reshuffle the top card. It's basically a scry one. Yeah, I don't need the Battle Kit. Conveniently, I will now have exactly enough mana-producing lands left in my deck to cast Emrakul. There's also some Simian Spirit Guides, right? I think I'm just supposed to use the Elder as the thing. Maybe I want the Cinderglade on the battlefield. Yeah, I do want the Cinderglade here. I want to reshuffle. I just don't want the top card of my deck to be on top of my deck. So I'm actually not going to use the Elder because I don't want my opponent to know there's no more basics in my deck. I don't want them to know that I'm going to get strip mined if they do anything. They'll probably figure it out fast, though. Yeah, Ghost Quarter is one of the more obnoxious cards you can play against. Yeah, I guess they'll figure out soon enough on the Ghost Quarter. That's kind of nice. I think I want to draw that if I can. Because I think Titan's really good here. And I'm okay paying for Cryptic for a turn. So if they Ghost Quarter the Valakut, I think I just... Okay. It's a negate. Yeah, Snapcaster negate. Okay. This game got real weird. I guess I could have sweated it on the accidental Titan setup there. Probably Nahiri. So unless the top card of our deck is literally Emrakul, I think we die. Nahiri plus is... Yeah, that's fine. Here he goes to 8. Jace goes down. We just draw that card and die. Chalice 2 seems not unreasonable. Baloth is fine. They don't know the contents of our deck, so I guess I'm okay with that. I don't mind the 1 cage here still. Bolt's not great. This is fine. I don't really want to go down the road Chalice 2. I don't think I need the Rex Sage. So we'll just go up a Chalice, because I think the Nahiri filtering in the end actually gets us. I still like the Crumble just to LD our opponent. Let's not miss the fact that our opponent mana ramps us with Ghost Quarter this game. This hand's fine, but not exciting. Trying to think if I want the basic or not. I don't think so, because I think I'm going to have to search or sack for the second green source. And that means that that's going to be the basic. I don't want to force this early in the game. It's a pretty clutch draw. I'm going to get a forest on end step. So the reason behind what I did there, so I definitely want the forest here, like not only because I want to save one for Scape Shift, but because I need the second green. And then I want to get, and I need to fetch on end step so that my opponent can't mana leak my search here, because my lands are so important to me. I'm just going to play the Baloth. Just big doofus boofus creature. Not like it's going to do anything but get mana leaked here, but that did put our opponent into a slightly better Scape Shift bracket. Oh, remand? Sure. That was not the best possible draw. I guess this is a matchup I did say I wanted to board down on Spirit Guides in, but like at the same time I don't think any of my cards really does enough for me to want to like replace them with anything. Yeah, my opponent probably takes nothing. My honest guess is nothing. It's either nothing or Through the Breach are the two options. I guess also the Nahiri list is pretty typically light on cryptics, so I guess Chalice, maybe it's just kind of stupid to board out Spirit Guides when you're boarding in Chalice. You want to get your... I guess it doesn't really accelerate the Chalice for 2, which is the count I'm looking for. Sweet. Wait, what? That's not the one I expected them to take. Okay. What does that imply? Let's do this first. See what happens. I guess I attack. I'm okay with them casting Nahiri and minusing it. Then we definitely EOT Sack Elder. So they don't have Nahiri. Actually, do I sack? That only helps me beat Mana Leak. Does the attack actually help me? I don't think it does. I don't think beating Mana Leak helps me here, so I may as well just... That attack does help me because 4+3 is a Valakut trigger. 2 basic mountains left in my deck. Yeah, I'm okay firing into Mana Leak here. That's what I thought. If my opponent had Mana Leak, they probably wouldn't have taken the Obstinate Baloth. They probably have, like, Snap Negate. I think I'm just supposed to not make any moves this turn. Like, even playing the Valakut's bad. So Helix me. Am I just getting, like, Bolt Helix from here and dying? Okay, well, not dead. Necessarily. Should just attack first. And then Scape Shift. And we'll see which land my opponent leaves up. I should have floated my mana in response. Okay, I win the game. Whew. Got him. That was delightful. So by slow rolling the Valakut, we have tricked our opponent into tapping their Ghost Quarter. And thereby winning the game. You done goofed. No, I will not pay 2 life. However, I will target you. You? Don't have instant speed, gain life. That was a pretty sweet way to get someone. You can enjoy that. This interaction is probably like your best best setup against these blue decks. Scape Shift. So like there's this big mana versus like Scape Shift has this natural resiliency to Mana Leak, but I think that like a lot of it depends on their configurations. Some configurations are soft to Scape Shift, where like you just have 7 lands and you can play it through Mana Leak, or like 8 and play it through Remand. Other times, not so much. I'm still not sure. But random Baloth beatdowns, not the end of the game, or not the end of the world. If that's your resort. I do think I wanted Chalice over a couple Spirit Guides. I think I'd want like 2 and 1. I don't think you want a ton of Chalice, but 2-1 sounds like the right split. Sideboarding was a little more solid in my mind when I had Beast Within in my deck, because that would just come in and you could just like nuke a random land pretty easily.